The end state precedes the bridge. Neville Goddard said, "The signs follow, they do not precede." What he meant is that after doing the inner work and impressing your subconscious mind, the signs show up as a reflection of a successful impression. Therefore, the signs come after you've realized the end state in your world of imagination. When we say after or before, we subscribe to the concept of time, that is, something happens to prior to something else. It is the standard model of cause and effect with which scientists view the world. In scientific theories, the cause comes into existence first, independent of the effect, and then triggers the effect later. Let us take this example. We throw a ball into the air and it falls down. In this case, the ball only comes down because it has been thrown upwards. Therefore, we can assume that the act of throwing is the cause and the ball coming downwards is the effect. What we also mean implicitly is that without the act of throwing, there is no coming downwards. Therefore, the latter is dependent on the former. Whenever we see signs, we say to ourselves, "It is coming." The signs serve as indicators of what is coming. They only appear to precede because we are experiencing life in the 3D. And it is very easy to get addicted to signs and start taking them as fundamental causes of our manifestations. This is because our brains are already accustomed to this cause-effect or causality model. However, at the quantum and spiritual level, both the cause and effect coexist in the same space. Time is what creates this illusion that effects are consequences of causes. However, at the quantum or spiritual level, causes are in reality mere justifications of effect. The same holds true for signs and end states. Signs aren't indicators of what is about to happen, but indicators of what has happened. The constraints and limitations that binds effect to cause, resulting in a dependency, only occurs at the level of classical physics. Let me simplify the last sentence. The model of cause and effect only exists in the 3D. However, causality is what makes 3D interesting. The 3D human experience is the fourth dimensional experience simplified. Remember why God made man and the 3D? It is because he wanted to re-experience creation in limited frames. It is this limitation that results in two events to appear as separate events. In reality, they exist together or simultaneously. But because one event appears after another, our logical minds make sense of them by gluing them with this construct of cause and effect. Therefore, when Neville said, "Signs follow, they do not precede," he meant that signs are consequences of the end state and not the other way around. It is important not to assign too much meaning and certainly not to rely on them, as our brains tend to reverse the cause and effect and think of signs as the cause. So when certain specific signs don't appear or don't appear with a certain frequency, according to what different videos and online resources say, we tend to get paranoid. So it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can serve as reassurance, but on the other, reassurance can get really addictive. It's best to get rid of this tendency to seek reassurance in the long run.